Welcome back to the Just Economy podcast. We're here with Liudmila Esquerdo. I know I'm screwing it up. From the Get Red, the founder and executive director from the Get Red Foundation. We're talking about blood diseases and transplants. Very, very important part of our community that needs to be out there. So, Mila, I want to pick up with the folks who get chemo. And like I said earlier, I've had several friends and colleagues who have had to go through chemo, and I know how much it is on the body. But you were telling me how extra it is for folks with these blood diseases.
Yes, I'll give you an example. One of the patients that we're helping, she has kids. So I visit my patients and I pray with them and I make sure that I check in on them. I was at the hospital with her, and her kids came in. And the medical staff came in very upset because they're like, you can't have kids here. Your kids cannot hug you. You cannot kiss them because the chemo, it's called black bag chemo. Mm-hmm. It is so toxic that they cannot like sweat or kiss or anything to anybody else because it could be, the toxicity of it could be transferred. So this broke my heart to see, a mom not being able to like hug her kids. That was.
I don't even want to imagine what that would feel like.
That was horrific.
So, how do the folks who you serve? Do they find you, or do you find them? So,
thanks to many of our partners, 305 Pink Pack, The Gift of Life, Sebastian Strong, Live Like Bella, many of our partners, since they're kind of in the similar space, they come across patients that need help. They need resources, they need guidance, they need support, they're having hardship. So they connect us with many of these patients. And also on our website, getred.org, there's a nomination button. So if you know of someone that needs support on their journey, you nominate them or they can nominate themselves. And then we reach out to the patient and see what are the areas that you need assistance with.
Okay, so it sounds like you're doing a lot. You're providing a lot of support services. So give us a little bit of the support services that you provide.
So again, depending on the needs, we do an interview. When a person is nominated, we actually get on the phone or we meet them in person and we do an interview and we say, okay, where are your needs? Are you working? Are you employed? Do you have a husband? Do you need a caretaker? How is your nutrition? Because a big part of the healing process is in the nutrition. And unfortunately, these the foods is just not.
So I've heard
of great quality.
Luckily, I've never had to be in a hospital overnight, but I've heard
these patients have to be in and out of hospitals constantly. So we have started Meal Train with healthy food providers, supplements, bone broth, because a lot of this chemo affects your ability to eat. So we have different supplements. We have a nutritionist on our board that talks to the patients, and we provide different sorts of, supplements depending, again, on their needs. So part of it is nutrition. The other part is, okay, do you have insurance? Like I said before, do you have a medical team? Do you already have a bone marrow transplant center that you feel comfortable with? Some folks are not comfortable with the bone marrow transplant options that they've seen, so they want others. Do you have financial hardships? Are you able to meet your co-payments? So we do a very thorough interview to understand what are the needs of this patient so that we are properly allocating the resources and partnering with other organizations out there that can maybe do more than we can, because our funding has been very limited, as I explained. So we partner with other organizations that can help us.
So other nonprofit or other organizations, for-profit and nonprofit, I hope you're listening. Mila needs a lot of help in order to help serve this community with these folks who are battling these diseases. So let's go back to the donors for a second. Mm-hmm. I know you do recruitment. You said you go to the college campuses, and I'm sure you go to any place that you're invited to go, right? In
Yes.
order to bring awareness. Has it been difficult to recruit?
It's really difficult because what happens, again, the awareness is not there. So a big part of, the resources that we've allocated is to marketing and just getting our brand out and people knowing what we're doing and constantly, sharing the stories of the different patients that we're helping, and as well as my own. And so what happens in these table swabbing that we've done at Merrick Park when they have like their farmers market, we do it at churches. We've had it with Cuts for Cancer, so we've partnered with different organizations to have these table swabbings, and people just are busy. So, it just becomes I think that the more we do this that we're doing right now, the more aware people will become, and maybe eventually they'll be more willing to stop and do a swab. I know that another one of the organizations out there is not Gift of Life, it's another one. They are now doing a gum that you put in your mouth, you chew it for 30 seconds, you put it in a packet, and then that is now becoming what they're using to find.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, it is cool. So hopefully these new ideas and these new ways of just raising awareness will start to kind of spread so that people understand the needs.
I love innovation. I love people starting, bringing new ideas to the table and other ways that we can do this. Just chew the gum. If you don't like a little swab on your cheek, because some people are just so icky, you know what I mean? Everything icks them.
I know.
But to chew the gum and put it in the thing, and we can find out whether we can use you or not. And it sounds like you said, it took her sister a couple of hours. So it's not like something that invades your time as a donor. I'd encourage everyone to be a donor. I'm a big proponent of donating our body parts or whatever it is.
We started a YouTube channel to tell inspirational stories. So we have like a guest on the show that tells us, like we had the general manager of Lifetime, so he's on our YouTube channel, and we interviewed a gentleman who's 100 years old, and he tells us his journey. Now that he's 100, he's lost both of his kids, but he lives with his granddaughter. And so follow our YouTube channel too to get these it's called Feel Good Fridays stories that we share for members in our community.
And what's the name of the YouTube channel?
Get Red Foundation. Remember, Get Red, 2 Ds. We also wanted to say one very important message is we do need monetary donors. This journey is not easy. There are a lot of needs, and we just don't have enough willing grants or donors. So if this is dear to your heart, if this is something you or maybe a family member has gone through, please reach out to us and let us know that you're willing to partner with us in these efforts.
And so I will definitely become a donor. I know I may be too old. If I'm too old, I'm too old.
No.
But I'm definitely going to become a donor. And if you haven't partnered with Get Red yet, I think and Emila's going to give her contact information at the end of the show. But if you haven't partnered with her yet, you got to partner with her. She needs you to invite her to your events. When you're holding different events, she needs you there. So she needs to be there so she can encourage folks and educate folks on this need. I think it's vitally important. And we have a tendency, it's October, so we have a tendency to look at breast cancer awareness and other items and not look at something that snuck up on her that she didn't even know was going on with her. So we definitely need to be more involved. And while we're talking about that, how can we get better involved?
Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that question. I think, what you just did right now is just asking folks to invite us to be able to offer the cheek swabbing at their events, the wellness events, and also just raise awareness for the need for funding. We cannot help a patient if we don't have the funding. It's very difficult to obtain funding. We've been doing this now for 1.5 years, and we've had individual donors, some corporate donors, but 0 grants because the statistics, when it comes to medical, the statistics are very limited, and the hospitals have their own foundations, so they don't really share the amount of statistics that we need. We're trying to build that information. So anybody wants to join us on our board, we are looking for willing board members that are kind of have a heart for this, survivors, people that maybe have gone through this. But most importantly, just partner with us to spread the word and just raise the awareness. We do that for our partners. Every time our partners have an event, I make sure to always highlight their events, because I want, the same way they help me, I want to be able to help others.
Okay. Serving on boards in the community is such a big thing. I've served on many and been the chair of many, and I've loved every minute of it. My mentor, as far as that concerned, was Mayor Daniela Levine Cava.
Wow.
I've known her for quite a while, and she put me on my first board and showed me how important it was to be involved in the community. It's not just about writing a check. It's about volunteering as well. It's about giving your time. It's about serving on these boards for these organizations. And being a part of, and that's also a big part of being in the community, being a part of the community. So I promise you, we will post all your stuff. I will follow you. Folks will tell you that I repost everything, especially on my personal social media, because I just believe that's a big part of the community, and you never know who's going to see it. That's what I'm a firm believer in.
Definitely.
So we have one final question, and it's the question that I ask all the guests. So I gave you all the power in the world. You could do anything you want to do with all this power that I give you, all the power in the world. Personal, professional, doesn't matter. What would you do?
First, I would eliminate the need for a bone marrow transplant. There has to be a way to just prevent these diseases. And then I would have unlimited funding to make sure that the world is aware of how many people are survivors that we don't even know. Be able to help. My heart is to help. My heart is to serve. And so my superpower would be just living a life where I can help others, serve others, and just not turn a blind eye to anyone's needs. I think there's so many needs that we just can't fill them all. In a perfect world, I would be able to fill them all.
That's a great answer. I think that the nonprofits and the folks who start nonprofits with a passion, like Miller did, these are where these folks usually. This is where a nonprofit starts from. It's not from trying to make any money or trying to push their own agenda. It's about serving the community, and they're so important. And thank you so much for what you're doing in the community. We look forward to helping you. We've had a great guest today from Get Red, the founder of the Get Red Foundation, Liudmila Esquerdo.
Esquerdo. Say it after me.
Esquerdo.
There
she wants me to roll my R's. I've never, ever been able to roll my R's. Folks, Hispanic folks, my Hispanic audience, when you see me in person, don't try to teach me to roll my R's. I can't do it. I've tried. It sounds great. I love it when I hear Spanish speakers roll their R's. I love that. I just can't do it. But anyway, we had a great guest today, and we want you to get involved in the organization. So finally, Mela, please give us your contact information.
Yes, and I wanted to add one more thing. The Get Red, you asked me how was Get Red born. So you know how you have Go Pink for cancer? Get Red is all about blood disorders. So I think the color red, right, is
the
related to blood. So
she has the red dress on today.
So if I could have had Get Red with 1D, but I think that was already taken, the 1D, so I did the 2Ds.
I like the 2Ds.
And if you go onto my website, you'll be able to see my acronym. I'm trying to get people to visit our website.
Okay. Well, give us all your contact information.
So you can find us on the website, getred.org. You can email us at info@getred, remember 2Ds.org. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Instagram, Get Red Foundation. And we're also on Facebook. So
there you have it. I hope everybody reaches out and contacts her and becomes a donor, become a donor.
Yes.
3 times, become a donor. I'm going to sign up to become a donor. And thank you so much for being a guest on the Just Economy podcast. We want to thank you, everyone, for tuning in for the Just Economy podcast. We'll be back soon with a brand new organization talking about what they're doing in the community. I'm hoping that you're paying attention. I'm hoping that you want to volunteer. I'm hoping that you want to become a donor. And she just said it. She needs board members. So folks who even if you've never heard of this type of disease before, this is another great organization to get involved with. We look forward to working with you, and thank you so much, and see you again next time.
In a world still chasing economic justice, one voice rises to inspire change. From the streets to the boardrooms, from ideas to real action, Cornell Cruz Jr. invites you to listen, learn, and transform. Drawn from the people, the community, always present, always pushing forward. Together we build opportunity, we build trust, and we build a just economy for all. This is the Just Economy Project, where equity has a sound, and the future begins with you.